Do you support Black Lives Matter?
Yes.
Do you support LGBTQ?
I need all the non-binary and trans-masc people to come to the front because we're going to have a conversation real quick because you're the only person that's going to understand what I mean. If you have to think of me as a concept, a person who shows up in the world, think of me as a man. If you have no idea who I am, I'm a man. If you know me, I'm a trans man. In my head, I'm non-binary. If you're a man that I'm attracted to or you're attracted to me, I'm a man. If you're a woman, I'm non-binary. If you're non-binary, we're non-binary. As a person to myself, by myself, I am no one. But also, I am all things at once, but I am never a girl. Never a woman. Never that.
So what should I do? I'ma give me a bit that look like you. Tell her come through before I got a spot.
Here's another fucking lesson for you, fucking bitch!
Love, love, love. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
One was worse than listening to people debate my gender.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they're all I'm thinking about. I wanna try it, bite it, lick it, spit it, pull it to the side and get all up in it, kiss it, ride it, can I fit it? Charlie likes boys, but she knows I'd hit it.
Cold shoulder, heartbroken, misspoken. I'm cut open the fingers and on my stab wound.
To my brother, she ours. She ours.
Our next contestant is Warren. He's 6. Okay, so there's no more balloons, so go ahead and go.
Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Something I didn't realize before I started tea was that your little friend down there doesn't stop growing after your first year of tea. Because all the doctors I spoke to, they were like, oh yeah, it stops growing after like your first year of tea. And I'm 3.5 years now, and it has not stopped growing, which is great. I like it. And I've heard of some guys who's been on tea for 8 years, and theirs apparently are still growing. So it takes a while for sure.
Can any Japanese American trans men relate to this? When I speak English,
Since that video, I've learned a lot more about how to speak Japanese more masculinely, and so I really want to give back to the community that helped me, and so I am thinking about offering Japanese lessons, particularly for people who want to learn to speak more masculinely or more femininely or in a more gender-affirming way, because there's not a lot of information out there about for trans people or queer people that are trying to learn Japanese. I can also talk about cultural things and also, if you're interested, Okinawan language and Okinawan culture. Yeah, so if you're interested, leave a comment and then I'll have more information about the lessons.
I'm a trans man, and I got top surgery 4 years ago in 2020. I feel like a lot of people stop giving transition updates once they've been on testosterone for a while and once they've gotten top surgery a while ago. So I wanted to do a quick update to show, like, my progress and recovery and stuff like that. For my top surgery scars, I got top surgery in July of 2020, so it's been almost 4 years now. As you can see, this side was a lot more faded than this side, and it's because I didn't really listen to my surgeons when they told me to, like, not mess with the sutures. Immediately after I got top surgery, they, like, put a post-op binder on, and then once they took that off, they had had some like bandages over my scars and over my nipples, and they specifically said don't mess with the scars, don't mess with them. You change your bandages on your nipples every single day, but don't mess with the scars. But because I have OCD and I have issues with skin picking, I didn't really listen, and I kept messing with this side. So now years later, this side is like significantly less healed than this side is. I more or less have my nerves back, like I can feel everything, and you know, I really like how it looks. My scars being dark isn't really a problem for me, I don't really care. But yeah, that's my update. If you guys have any specific questions, then let me know, and have a great day.
Suck out my big fat man cheese, bitches! Rah!
You skinny bitches are evil and you need to be destroyed!
And them big fat bitches will burn in hell.
Pick back up, try again next time. I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm walking.
Recently, I've been seeing a lot of videos of trans guys talking about the differences between being seen as a woman versus being seen as a man. As a trans man myself, I think that those videos are really interesting because I like seeing other people's perspectives and how they have been treated in the world and just like witnessing their perspectives on it. I have found that I don't really relate to any of those videos because I'm Asian in Texas. So I wanted to kind of give my own experience and talk about what it's like to be seen as an Asian woman versus an Asian man, specifically in like a conservative area, specifically Texas. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everyone. This is just how I lived my life and how people treated me. So because I live in Texas, I've experienced racism both before I transitioned and after I transitioned, but the way in which I experienced it was very different. Prior to transitioning, a lot of the racism that I experienced was very sexual. A lot of questions about my parts being different or about like what I did in the bedroom or just people like fetishizing me because I was an Asian woman. And the fetishization of Asian men is also an issue, but the people who do it are very different. Prior to transitioning, the people who fetishized me were like men with a really big corn addiction, who thought that I was going to be like soft and sweet and submissive. And after transitioning, most of the issue that I have with fetishization is from like K-pop stans. And even then, they're a lot less overt about it. That rather than making assumptions about my personality, they will make assumptions about my interests, assuming that I'm going to be into all of the same Asian media as them. This is also part of it pre-transition, but is more so the forefront of the issue now. I think it's really important to talk about how race affects the way that people perceive you in terms of like your gender, because Asians are very heavily feminized. Guys still infantilize and belittle me even though they see me as a man now because I'm still Asian. The racism directed towards me is a lot more physical now. It's a lot louder. Prior to transitioning, as I said, like most of the racism directed towards me was very sexual. Now, like when I transitioned in high school, I started getting called slurs in the hallways. I started getting like pushed. Like I started getting like physically hurt again. That was an issue in my early childhood because I was very androgynous and people saw me as more masculine and I was very like physically bullied at that time. And that came back in high school when I transitioned. If you guys have any specific questions about like how my experiences have changed, definitely let me know. I tried to cover everything that I could remember, but there's definitely stuff that I missed. Bye guys.
But you did a good job at really fucking up my day. And then you said you made steak. Nigga, that was banquet, Salisbury steak.
And anytime you feel the pain, hey dude, refrain. Don't carry the world up on your shoulders.
Wouldn't have it any other way. I'm one of the girls. We hardly get a red bitch, spell it in her. T-R-A-N-N-Y. Daddy chill, I'm one of the guys.
Should tell my boyfriend what I've been doing.
I'm a trans man and I get a lot of people telling me, oh, you're gonna regret your transition, like you're gonna realize that it's permanent and then you're gonna regret it. I've been on testosterone for almost 6 years now. I have had top surgery for almost 5 years now. Dude, I can wear a tank top and you can see my little top surgery scars there and my tattoo.
I look the coolest I have ever looked in my entire life. So peep the tattoo. It's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon themed. It's a time gear from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Life is really good. My boyfriend's coming to stay with me in a month, and he's gonna be here for an entire month, which I'm really excited about. I'm in college. I'm gonna graduate next year. I still live in Texas, which kind of blows, but I'm hopefully gonna move out next year. I remember being like 11 and 12 years old and just starting puberty and starting to develop a chest and being really, really miserable. I remember looking in the mirror and literally not recognizing myself. I remember speaking and not hearing my own voice. Now I'm so far in my transition that is just a very, very distant memory, and I'm really happy. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourself, and remember that it gets...
She's taking pictures in the mirror. Oh my god, her skin's so clear. Tell her bring that over here. You need a seat, I'll volunteer. Now she's smiling ear to ear. She's the headlights on the...
Do you think I'm an athlete?
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, I think I'm an athlete, and sometimes I feel like you guys don't see me that way.
What's that?
What, this?
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme.
Oh yeah! Vector! Shut the fuck up! You're not coming into my country. Not on my watch. One Mexican down?
For Valentine's Day, I thought I'd buy a gun.
You were with me, I fell in love at the Orange Show Speedway. It didn't look like this 3 years ago. Out of the sky, I close my eyes. Heaven help me when you call my name. It's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees.
That's famous. Found out that Jason, you piggy like bacon. His dizzy real quick, he get low like the basement.
Do you want me? Do you wanna love me like that? Like that?
Let me hear it. Y'all, this is my bitch, Scotty.
And I'm from the South.
She runs the South.
I'm tired of people asking me if I'm an introvert or an extrovert. Bitch, I'm a pervert.
Sir, will you please stop staring at me?
Where's the rest of you?
Come on out here before we late to church now, little girl. Come on now, turn around, let me see the back. Take a picture now, pose so I can send it to your auntie them. Come on, girl, stop playing with me. Now come on so I can zip you up.
The way that I would let this man... me is ridiculous.
How much?
I let it go for about $40.
$40?
Listen, I don't know how serious I am when I say this, but I'm about to start gatekeeping binders and tape from white people. I've been out as trans for 2 years. Less than 6 months ago, I finally found a brand of tape that matches my skin tone. Just tape. They don't have any binders that match. Just tape. So I still have to use a binder that doesn't match my skin tone whatsoever. until I saw a video today of a brand releasing a binder that finally matches my skin tone. And you want to know why I'm upset? The first comment, the top comment on the video was, "Thank God I'm too white to wear this." Did we see the model in the video? Did we watch the video? Did you see who was wearing the binder? What did they look like? Because I can have so many conversations about white people decentering themselves in the world in general, and they still don't do it. They still think those brown binders are for them to look cute in and to be aesthetically pleasing, not for the brown queer people, brown NB people, brown people who bind, that want to just fucking bind and be comfortable and look at themselves in the mirror and be like, oh great, it's me. White people, not everything is for you. I'm sick of saying it. I'm sick of having to say it. Not everything on this planet is for you.
If you are a trans person of any flavor, I need you to start documenting your life. I don't care if you write it down, if you make videos about it, if you, I don't know, start a podcast, whatever you want to do. Even if you think that you're not that special, that your transition isn't that big of a deal, I promise you that it is. Think about it. We do not have enough elders in our community. But suddenly there's a whole wave of trans people, which is beautiful. It is amazing. And I need us as a collective to start thinking about like the impact that we're going to have on next generations. I need you to realize how valuable, is that how you say that? Yeah. How valuable your experience and your stories are going to be for generations to come. I need you to go outside. I need you to live your life. I need you to live, period. But I need you to think about how important it is that you are alive and how amazing it's gonna be when we become the elders and we actually have stories to tell. Write it down in your journal. Anything. Your coming out story, your first shot, the fifth shot, your first time doing the deed, anything, any inner conflict, your inner monologue, write it down. Especially if you are black, brown, Asian, or of any ethnicity that isn't. Do it! Because if you're anything like me, you also struggle to find role models, to see a vision, to have a blueprint, to feel motivated to exist out and loud and proud in this world because there is such a lack of representation. If you're young, like if I know a lot of my followers are young. Guys, if you're 15, 16, think about it. You know how many kids didn't get to transition in the ways that you guys get to do now? Just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. People are gonna make movies about us, about our existence. People are gonna make documentaries. People are going to look for references. Because right now, we're like in a baby stage. But think about the impact, bro. Think about the impact that your story, your experiences could have on somebody else, on the kids that grew up just like us, the people that think the way that we do. Like, come on, yo. I urge you to do it, even if you never post it or if you don't plan on posting it right now.
Time wasn't right. This isn't how life is supposed to be.
Oh, hi, Louise.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hello.
You're holding my stuff.
Hello, my little lady.
Hello, Mom. What are you doing with my stuff?
Excuse me, barmaid. I'm afraid you brought me the wrong offspring. I ordered an extra large boy with beefy arms, extra guts and glory on the side. This is a talking fish bone.
No.
Do you not get the concept?
Nothing makes me scared. Do you see my hands? Do they look like they shaking to you?
Nigga, the table you gave, the first sheet you gave me, was it 9 or 7?
This is table 9 right here.
Okay, answer my question with a fucking yes or a no, bro. Was it 9 or 7?
I'm gonna circle this. This is 9.
Hello,
I think being trans is a mental illness, and I'm very upset that Imani Khalif was able to participate in women's boxing. So actually, she's not a man. She was born a woman. She was just born with X and Y chromosomes. Yeah, and only men have X and Y chromosomes. That's also false. There are a lot of cases where men can sometimes be born with X and X chromosomes, and women can be born with X and Y chromosomes, but that has nothing to do with the genitalia that they are born with and what gender they are assigned at birth. Okay, but they said that he had high levels of testosterone and only men have testosterone. That's also false. Men and women are both born with both estrogen and testosterone. Some people just produce more than others. Well, I don't care. He's still a man. Well, she was born with female genitalia and female reproductive organs. Well, I don't care about genitalia. It doesn't matter what genitalia you have. If you look like a man, then you are a man. If I think you're a certain gender and you look like that gender, then you are. Wait a minute. We got him.
Yeah, we're taking this a little too far. With me being wherever I'm at.
I don't want to destroy all of civilization. Just half. The male half!
You did all this because of...
Our next contestant is Warren. Okay, so there's no more balloons, so go ahead and go.
Chloe, are you okay? You seem upset. Thanks for being so observant, Yasmin. I am upset. But why? You have natural blonde hair. Cameron cheated on me again, but this time it was with my brother. Oh. But anytime I express any upset about it, my parents freak. They say, Chloe, stay woke. Don't get us all canceled. Like, what the fuck? My high-functioning anxiety disorder can't take it anymore. Oh, Angel, you got cheated on. This is the one instance you're allowed to be homophobic? Yeah, Chloe, say fuck them gays. Say it! Fuck them gays. But you're not coming back again.
You should get it in your fish. You want transmasc friends or you want to be in a relationship with a transmasc, here's how to find us. Of course, everyone knows that we hang out at thrift shops, record shops, coffee shops, bookshops, tattoo shops, piercing shops. But here are other places that you might not thought of. You just need to chant 3 times at a mirror, I need a strong boy to help me with something, and we will appear right behind you, because we just show up when needed and then we evaporate into the cave we'll roll you a blunt with. You can find us frolicking around drag shows tending to the queens and kings' needs. Also find us frolicking around in the twilight between worlds where dreams and realities blend. You can find us turning our old t-shirts into muscle tees 5 minutes before leaving the house. You can also find us in the cages of capitalism, work, daydreaming about not working in any other thing than collecting funds for our brothers and sisters to get their gender-affirming surgeries. Oh, and also daydreaming about becoming the human version of the Alice in Wonderland caterpillar as soon as they get home. You can also find us on an arcade any day during the week, trying to be a simp and get a stuffed animal for our partner in the claw machine and failing miserably at it. Also competing on Mario Kart like our life depended on it, and playing Time Crisis, probably. You can also find us collecting trinkets, things from Zelda, Spider-Man, or Legos. You can also find transmascs in the toy aisle of Walmart 1 hour before they close. This one is a secret spot, but you can find us following stray cats on the street. If you can't find transmascs at night, it's probably because they're getting baked while baking and having a movie night with their polycule. So yeah. If I missed your hanging out spot, please let me know, because I would also love to find you.
I'm black.
You're what? John, how come you didn't tell me you were black, you lying son of a bitch? You know how much I hate n****. My family hates n****. Oh, you disgusting.
I could be a pretty girl. I'll wear a skirt for you.
It's my curse. Literally. I can't take this off ever.
I just wanna be part of your symphony.
could rub your tummy.
How'd you like to rub it from the inside, mouse boy?
Sorry, I'm a little confused.
Smash.
Here's how I realized I was a transmasc person and not a trans man. I came out as non-binary. I started looking for people experiences about how they realized they were non-binary or transmasc or trans man, and I remember that I found this TikTok video of someone explaining how if they were born a cis boy, born and raised a cis boy, if they would still be non-binary or if they would just identify as a man. And I was like, I would be non-binary still, like I would still identify as non-binary even if I was born and raised a boy. So I was like, of course I'm not a trans man. When I came out as non-binary, I started exploring my masculinity for the first time in my life. And when you've never been referred to as he, and then suddenly someone uses he on you, and you're like, everything clicked on my brain. It was like, I know I'm non-binary, but I'd rather be perceived as a guy. And I know that I can't control how I'm being perceived, but I also can't control how I feel about how I'm being perceived. I don't know if that makes sense, but like once you start deconstructing gender, everything else starts falling apart, and you're like basically picking and choosing the pieces that make you feel comfortable and happy with yourself and leaving the rest. I don't know, I guess I just found freedom in understanding that the label is supposed to fit me and not the other way around. So yeah, that's how I realized I am a transmasc person. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know.
They don't know our names and okay, but everybody thinks I'm gay. Well, I am, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everybody thinks I'm just your friend.